All right, guys, this is going to be part one of 2 videos, okay? So we're going to start off with the background. And the background is going to be a gorgeous sunset. And then you'll receive a bunch of different stencils and stuff, which you'll be able to make your own silhouette painting, okay? And so you'll get to choose your animal out of all the stencils I leave for you guys. If you have one in mind, feel free to have your mom message me and I'll drop that one off, but I'll put a bunch of choices in there for you. So this is video 1 of 2. So you're only doing a background. The reason I'm doing that is I feel like it would be a great way for you to concentrate on things and take your time, just like we did on that beautiful lava painting and that mountain painting. So we've got our basic palette, red, yellow, white, blue, and black, as you can see. I don't know why I left that one blank, but I left some for mixing, okay? And of course, if you could use a paper plate too, it works just fine. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab any brush I want, like a medium-sized brush, and I'm gonna go in with pure yellow. If you have a bright yellow, I would go with bright. And I'm gonna go cut really thick, and you could use paper or your paint paper or your canvas, it's totally up to you. And I'm going to make sure to do strokes back and forth and kind of going a little longer on the sides towards the bottom. Again, that's bright yellow and thick bright yellow. Keep grabbing paint if you need to as well. We've done so many sunsets together, so I know you got this. Right here, I actually bring it out a little longer, and it's just kind of like more sunlight spreading. So I can't wait to see what beautiful colors and things you put together for your sunset. So once you got this yellow, you're going to make a reddish orange, big glob of yellow, some red, mix it together till it's like a fiery orange, and I can keep mixing it until I get the color I want, right? There we go. That's a great color right there. Yours can be a little different though. That's okay. And I'm going to go into the yellow. Now I'm not starting from the middle out. I'm always going from the side out, as you can see. And that way, when it hits the yellow, it doesn't, it kind of blends itself. See? I'm gonna do that on this side too. I'm gonna blend it all the way, not to the middle, but till it meets the yellow. And notice I don't go that way and blend back. I always start from the edge. I pick up and do the same thing. And I keep grabbing paint, right? Awesome. And I'm even gonna kind of streak through here, but instead I'm gonna take some of that orange and instead I'm gonna do like a puffy type of orange cloud. It's okay if it picks up some yellow. So I'm gonna do an orange cloud that kind of comes down here. And I'm even gonna do like a yellowish cloud that kind of comes down here, puffy yellow cloud. Okay, so you do yours a little different, that's okay. But you can always pause and look what I'm seeing, what I'm doing. So right here I'm kind of mixing a little, okay? I'm going to take that orange and I'm going to go up and kind of create like clouds up here, up at the top, kind of like a cloudy look, okay? Not all the way up, just like a little bit, like puff it up a little bit. Puffy, puffy, puffy. Little puffy cotton balls, right? Then I'm going to take some orange on my brush and I'm going to wipe off a lot of it. See how I'm doing that? I want my brush to be really dry without hardly any paint. And I'm gonna come in and add little tiny clouds. Kind of like in my yellow, some are like just scribbly streaks, really light, I'm barely pushing down. And this takes a little while to learn how to blend, so don't worry if yours doesn't blend like mine. It takes a little bit. Again, remember this is practice and just, you know, using art to just relax and enjoy ourselves. And mistakes are always inevitable in art, but they're good. Like that's how we learn how to do things. And some mistakes, I'll make a mistake and I'll be like, oh, I kind of like that better. I'm glad I did. I made that. Awesome. So now you're gonna go for a light blue. So I'm gonna take a big scoop of white and a little tiny scoop of blue. And remember, you can pause this as much as you'd like, okay? So now I got some real nice light blue. I mean, I want it super light. You could go for that color, but I'm like, I put some more white in it. And I'm gonna kind of go up here and kind of go, you don't even have to go all the way into your orange. Kind of just be like a little top layer where I cover this. See how there's actually white between the blue and the orange? That's totally fine. This is different than what I usually have you do, but you'll see why. It's kind of like a break up at the top where sometimes you'll see the light blue color peeking through of the sky. Awesome. So it's just a little quick cover of light blue. Give you a minute to do that and catch up to where I'm at. Great. So now I'm going to take a scoop of blue, not too much, and then a tiny, well actually a good scoop of blue and a little bit of red. So it should be coming up to like a darker purple like you see there. But I'm going to add a little bit of white to that too. So it's like a light, kind of like a light purplish blue, okay? Ooh, a big giant blob on me. You can see that. And your purple could be different than mine. It doesn't have to be the same. You could totally go for something different. So I'm going to take that purple and I'm going to do some puffy clouds, and they're okay if they kind of go into these colors. You want them to kind of go up past the blue and kind of down to the purple. You do want a little bit of them coming down into the purple. And you can kind of see the shapes I'm making here. So now they get like kind of puffy right here. So you can see these shapes I'm going for. And then these are some big puffy clouds here. See, silhouette paintings are a lot of fun and they come out really nice. So take your time on this background because this is only paint, part 1 of 2. You'll get a second part. Remember, the more parts we have, usually the better it comes out. And then I'm going to do little puffy clouds, kind of in the mix back here, maybe a bigger one. Kind of cut off. Remember to always cut off like that. Awesome. I'll give you some time to get that in there. This kind of reminds me of that mountain one we did with the big cloud above it. Great, and now I'm going to add low lights to it. So I'm going to take a little dark blue and a little of this color and mix it in a bit. Maybe a little red. So make that color again just with less white. Kind of like a darker purple, which is red and blue and just a little red. And now I'm going to kind of add little low lights in there. Little puffy low lights, meaning like these, just a darker color, the shadow. And they're just scribbles. I'm just like dabbing on. That's what I love about this paint, is that it kind of does that. If you need more paint, again, let me know, or anything. I will also leave those stencils with you. Awesome. And I'm even going to add a little bit in these little puffs back here so they're not left out. Right now I'm going to do the opposite, and I'm going to take a highlight. So I'm going to take a scoop of white. I'm going to mix it in with either color and make a lighter version of that color. So see, that's like a lighter version of that first cloud color. I just added some white to it. And I'm going to add a little bit of that in the clouds. And remember, some of these steps are optional. If you're like, well, my clouds look really good right now, I don't really want to add too much to it. And it's just a little bit of dabbing. So now my cloud has a medium color, a dark color, a light color. So you could kind of see how that looks for right now. And since I've got some purple on me, I can kind of take a little bit of this color, maybe this dark color, mix it in with this light color. Any purple, doesn't really matter. And you kind of take off excess paint. And I'm going to add some purple even in here. And so you don't want it to look like a straight line. You want to make it look natural. Like some of the purple clouds don't just say, oh, I'll just hang out here in one straight line. So we actually have a few hanging around down here. So you want to go on nice and thick so that when it's, mixes together, it doesn't erase it. So we've got like a lot of purple down here actually. You could actually even go lower if you wanted. And bring some of that purple down here. There we go. Yeah, and bring a little purple down here. And then some kind of floating in the sky. More on the sides. And now what I could do if I want to blend it a little, I'm going to go to the bottom. So where the bottom creases are right here. I'm going to go to the bottom of this big purple cloud and just kind of dab to like let it blend a little bit. And if my fingers have a little purple, I could kind of trickle them on. There we go. Now I'm gonna go for another very important color, and I'm gonna take a good scoop of red and a good scoop of white. I'm gonna get a nice pink in there. Pretty red pink, so pretty, like kind of like that color. Yeah, that's a good color. I'm gonna add just a dab of yellow in it to get that little sunlight color. There we go. Now I'm gonna lightly bring in some pink clouds here on the sides. Again, you could pause as much as you want, and I'm gonna go right up to the purple and add some pink clouds at the bottom that kind of fade away. See? And I know I'm fast, but again, you could pause and go as slow as you want, okay? There's no rush. And yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine. You could say, oh, I'm good without the pink. I like it like this, or hey, I want to try something else. So again, I'm dabbing through the pink up to the purple so it looks a little more natural. And I'm making sure my pink, I have enough pink added down here too. And just because you've already worked with those other colors, it doesn't mean you can't go back. So I've got this palette here with all my sunset colors. I'm gonna grab a little orange and kind of go in and do like an orange cloud there. Then I'm like, okay, I kind of went over a lot of my yellow. So I'm gonna take some yellow and do like a yellowish cloud here. And it's okay that they blend in on the colors. Okay, and I'm just gonna layer until I feel like my sunset looks good. See? And so there's my sunset. Oh, and of course, you guys remember this part. You know, I didn't even clean my brush that whole time. I kind of just wiped it off and kept going because I wanted the colors to mix together, okay? And if it starts blobbing together and you're like, take a break and then let it dry for like 10 minutes and come back to it. It should be easier to layer. And so the part that's also important that I forgot to add really quick is gonna be some white, pure white, kind of trickling down, adding little bits of white to the middle, just a little bit. And adding that, see? Now if it looks too white, like I feel like mine looks really white, just take some yellow and layer kind of over it. So only some of the white's poking through. Okay, so now I put some yellow. And you can see just little bits of that white poking through there. So take your time. So now would be a good time to pause so that you could stare and look at what I did there. And then you could come up with your own, okay? And you know what I would do to get ready for the next part? I might do the bottom part. Let's see. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and go for our bottom half. So our bottom half is gonna be mostly black, I believe. So yeah. Let's do that. This one should be pretty fun. So you're gonna literally just take a big scoop of black and paint the bottom. How easy is that? And you wanna kind of make this look like land, because this is gonna be like land and your animal will be on the land. Meaning my line doesn't have to be straight unless you want it to be a really straight piece of land, that's okay. So see that my line is kind of bumpy? And you wanna go just a little over your sky. And you could take any larger brush and you're literally, this part's easy. You're just painting the bottom black. And let me know if you guys have any suggestions, something you want to draw, something you want to paint. If you're like, I want to do more pencil because it's just easier right now, let me know. Everything works. Awesome, so here we got this cool background, totally ready for some trees and stencils and stuff. So you're gonna leave it just like that. And this will be part 1 of 2. And I'll get your animal choices to you, okay? So go ahead and let that dry. I hope you guys are enjoying the videos. I sure miss you guys a whole lot. But these videos help me realize that we're still together and we're creating together. I miss you guys a ton and enjoy your painting. Thanks for creating with me.